So the first question in the nerdy tag is Kirk or Picard. This is a really hard one for me because I like both. Be nice if I could have like a hybrid, like Picard or Kirk. Kirk? I don't know, but it would be great. It's just kind of hard to say because I think it really depends on what you grew up with. If you grew up watching the original Star Trek, then you may be very partial to William Shatner. But if you grew up watching the other Star Trek, Next Generation, then you may be partial to Captain Picard, Patrick Stewart. So it goes both ways, but at the same time, why not like both? You know, I don't see that one's any better than the other. They were both in their time. They were both great. So I just can't make a decision. That's just too much pressure. Warrior, thief, or wizard? I don't play online games. I've never played WoW. I don't know. I've never been introduced to it, so I don't know anything about it. But as far as fictional characters go in movies and or video games, other video games, or even cartoons, I'm gonna have to go with... This is hard because I really like warriors, and I especially like, you know, female warriors, but wizards are cool in their own way because they're like a warrior of magic, you know? Like Gandalf. He's like a bad A wizard, so it's like, I don't know what to choose. This sucks. I don't conform. I want hybrids of everything. So I want like a warrior Zard. Sorry, I suck. Anyway, so what would your Patronus be? Oh my goodness. I remember the spell in Harry Potter. I played like both 2 or 3 of the original Harry Potter PlayStation games all the way through, and I forgot what the Patronus spell was about, so kick me and hate me and send me bad comments because I don't remember. I should go look it up. Okay, so I looked it up and I just needed a refresher. Now I totally remember what the Patronus is. So I would go with either a dragon or a giant bear. And giant bear because, well, they're awesome, and, well, never mind. It's a you go and me thing, but yeah. A dragon would definitely be awesome. Favorite superhero? Ay, caramba. Favorite superhero? Well, Yugo kind of introduced me to the superhero world. When I was a kid, I actually used to watch a lot of Wonder Woman, you know, the show, so I thought she was pretty cool. But I don't know if I'd say she was my favorite, I just thought she was cool. So I got into Teen Titans some, and I really, really like Beast Boy a lot, because he's cool, and I like animals, and he's hot. And I like Raven a lot, so we like Beast Boy and Raven, and yeah, so I'm just gonna go with that for now. Star Trek or Star Wars? Of course Star Trek. I'm sure that Star Wars is fantastic, but throw things at me again. I've never sat down and watched the Star Wars trilogy. I know. It's just, I never have had the opportunity or the chance, so yeah, I really need somebody to de-virginize me from that. But I do love me some Star Trek. Love the original Star Trek, the Next Generation, all the movies of the original Star Trek, and motion picture and on. I love the Next Generation movies. Love Deep Space Nine, which I'm Netflixing right now. I think I'm on season 7. or 6, I don't remember right now, and I didn't quite finish Voyager, but I liked it when I watched it, and I have not had the opportunity to watch Enterprise yet. So I have that on Netflix, gonna check that out. And I do like the new Star Trek movies, although the second one, I had some beefs about it. I did have some beefs about it, especially with the role reversal between Kirk and Spock, and also I really, really hated the way they did the Klingons. But anyway, so Marvel or DC, I guess that's kind of a hard one, because like I said, Yugo's been kind of introducing me into it, and I think he's kind of more into DC, but I really like the Avengers and all that, so that's Marvel, and I am a Loki fan, who isn't, and so that's, I guess right now I'd say Marvel, but I would like DC too, so again, I just can't pick one. I suck. What is your dream career choice? Anything creative. I want to do something with my hands. I want to do something that I can create things, see an idea ahead of time, and then make it happen. Okay, so favorite video game. I'm going to say Mario. I love Mario. I love old school stuff. Yeah, so Mario is just pretty classic for me. I love all Mario games. I love Mario 3. And there were parts of Mario 2 that I liked, but I always hated that you couldn't save it. And you had to start all over. And that always made me really angry. But I'm pretty much a loyal Mario fan. I'd be even more loyal if I could afford to buy more video games. But yeah, I'm pretty much Mario. And I really love Harvest Moon. And that is a really fun game. I've played 3 or 4 some of those. Still working on some. And going back even older, old school, I loved The Adventures of Link. The one where Link walked around the town and he was like going into little villages and talking to people and stuff. I love that game. I never really did good with it, but I just loved going into the little villages and talking to the people. I always thought that was fun. Yeah, and current games, I like get into a game and then I stop playing it for like a month or 2, and then I don't play anything. So it's like I have the desire to be a more avid gamer, just like I have the desire to be a more avid reader, but it's like I just go in throngs of when I'm going to do these things. So right now I'm playing Disney Infinity again, so I really like that game. Favorite author? I'm gonna say, well, there's always used to be's and current, so I'm just gonna go with current. My favorite author right now is Juliet Marillier, and she's just awesome. I've read Wildwood Dancing, and I'm on the 5th book of the Seven Waters series, and I plan to read a lot more of her books because I really, really like them. And they're fictional, they're fantasy, they're medieval times in Ireland and druids and things like that. So, favorite indie band, I don't know whether this is classified under the indie band genre, but they're not really mainstream, so I'm gonna go with Dogstar. I really like them. And the nerdiest thing about myself, that's really funny. What is the nerdiest thing about myself? The fact that I'm just a dork. a major dork. That's all I have to say, and I really don't care. I'm a dork. Let's just leave it at that. The nerdiest movie in my collection. Well, let's have a look-see, shall we? So here's my media cabinet. There's some movies in here that I've never watched, which sadly enough. We have the Star Trek movie up there. Wow. I would have to say, got some Harry Potters down here. Probably this. Two things I'm gonna say. It is the original Clash of the Titans. I love that movie. I watched it all the time when I was a kid. And Land of the Lost, because I'm a dinosaur nerd. And this is from Croft Superstars, back in the, I want to say the 70s. I have the whole series that Hugo got for me, and so I'm going to say that's probably the nerdiest thing that I have in my collection. PlayStation, Xbox, or Wii. I played all three of them. I'm pretty much loyal to Nintendo. I own a Wii. My friend has an Xbox 360. I really like the Kinect. I love Just Dance. So, that's cool. I used to have PlayStation a long time ago, the very first PlayStation, and I played the hell out of that, and I loved it. But I'm gonna go with Wii for now, because that's what I have, that's what I play the most on, and I'm loyal to Nintendo. Greatest nerd accomplishment. I don't know, because I don't know what that would be. Actually, I guess that would be like if you reach some certain level in Magic, or you did some really awesome thing with some type of card game like that. But me, I think it's just embracing my dorkiness and being able to make videos where I'm just acting like an absolute fool and not caring about what people think, because I like it and I actually entertain myself. So I would say that's probably the accomplishment there, and it's not anything like what you would probably think. Like, I'm sure other people have things that are actually genre specific to the nerdy culture, subculture, and you know, about that. But mine is personal, what I just said. So, biggest nerd role model? Myself. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I don't have one. What fictional character did you fantasize about as a kid? I don't think I fantasized about any fictional characters when I was a kid, because I fantasize about them now. You know, like, I always think about how cool it would be to I guess for me, I fantasize more about places, not necessarily characters. I mean, I fantasize about, like, characters like Captain Jack and stuff like that, and any Tim Burton type of character. But as far as actually fantasizing about being in the realm, I fantasize about being in a place, like Harvest Moon, Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life, that's not the very first one, but Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life is so gorgeous that I want to go. It's like, when I play that game, I wanted to take off and go live in a little village by the ocean and be a farmer. I was like, that's like the coolest thing ever, and it was just so peaceful, and I wanted to live there. So I fantasize about that a lot. Old school bit games or modern 3D games? Both. I haven't had the opportunity to play any hugely modern 3D games. Probably the most modern 3D I've played is a few of the Xbox 360 games and Disney Infinity. I grew up in the 80s and 90s, so I know what it's like to play those old school 8-bit games. I know what it's like to play Pong. I know what it's like to be having Atari joystick hand cramps. So yeah, Pole Position, Pac-Man, Pong, Square, football, you know, all that. It's cool. It's always fun to go back to. And it's cheesy, but it's always fun to just go back and play those once in a while. If you have the opportunity, I'd give anything to be able to go back and play some of those games. Nerdiest pick-up line. I'll seduce you with my awkwardness. The nerdiest article of clothing I ever owned. Well, besides my various glasses that I have, I'm really not sure what is considered nerdy. Probably like, I don't know. I have a Grimm t-shirt, but I don't really think that's nerdy. I really like the nerdy look, you know, like glasses and things. Yeah, so that's basically it. Do you have a random useless talent, and what is it? Yeah, I do, but I haven't really played with it in a while. And I don't know whether it's considered being double jointed or not, but this pinky I have is kind of crooked. And I can bend it like this. Like, I can't do it as much on this side, but this one's like that, and it's like really funky and weird. And I have no idea. I never broke it or anything, but it's always looked like it was off. And I can go like that with it. And it's just weird, so that's kind of random and useless. Do you read the book before seeing the movie? Not always, not always, not always. Sometimes I don't, because I didn't know that it was a book. So I'm guilty of that. But I have gone back and read books after watching the movie. Like, I didn't know that A Series of Unfortunate Events was a book series when I saw the movie, but it intrigued me. And a lot of times when you see the movie and then you read the book, you're going to be partial to the movie, or vice versa. Mostly vice versa, you're going to be partial to the book before the movie. But after reading the whole series of Unfortunate Events, no pun intended, I actually liked the series way better, because they didn't finish the movie. They tried to squish three books into one movie, and they could have done so much more with it. And I know that they just kind of dropped that project. It could have been a really cool thing, but they didn't do it. So they had good intentions, but the books are pretty cool, pretty incredible. But yeah, mostly I like it. If the Seven Waters book series came out in a movie, oh my goodness, I'd be very happy and very worried, but very happy. And lastly, if you could have any superpower, what would it be? I want to say invisibility, because so many reasons. I don't even know if I want to get into it, but invisibility is it. I want an invisibility cloak, or just the power to become invisible. That would be miraculous to me right now. I mean, ever, like my whole life. That would be awesome. It could have come in handy so much in my life. Oh, to have that invisibility power. Even the cloak. I mean, it would be great. Anyway, so that's it. Thanks for watching. So by watching this, you discovered that I'm not really a nerd in the sense of other people, but I am a dork, which is a whole other genre. But some of these things apply to me, so I just want to do the tag, and it's fun. So I tag anybody and everybody who's watching this. Later.